My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is August 14, 2026. It is 4:16 a.m. This is video number 2. So let's just continue from where I left off from last video. Alright, first tweet. William and Kate have had more than 6 years since Harry and Meghan stopped being taxpayers funded and royal voter media tethered to show the UK taxpayers that they can modernize and move the monarchy forward. Instead, Will and Kate have spent those 6 years obsessing over Harry and Meghan. No lie detected. All of them have included Chucky and Camilla. That is why they are failing. Instead of doing something useful for their commonwealth, they are locked in a one-way battle. Meanwhile, Harry and Meghan are living their lives doing what they have always done: help people. Okay, the thing with Harry and Meghan, they have bills to pay, and they enjoy the thing that they're doing. So majority of the thing that they are doing, I don't even think they think it's work. All right, but because they have only themselves to rely on, so they have to consistently working to pay their bills. And then the Harry's family is making Harry and Meghan's life miserable, more dangerous, where Harry and Meghan have to work extra hard, okay, to be able to pay for the security that he needs. It's like the more string that the royal family pull on Harry and Meghan, and Harry and Meghan have to counterbalance it, to work extra hard. So it's like the royal family keep on kicking themselves on the foot, because I'm sure Harry knows his family very well, and when he sees certain thing is happening, and he knows what he had to counterbalance, whatever he sees the danger might coming from his family. So the more the royal family does to the Sussexes, the extra hard those Sussexes have to work, okay, to protect themselves, to have the funds to protect themselves. And the thing that Harry does, or Meghan do, to counterbalance the royal family, it's usually in a positive way, and this is not what the royal family like. They don't want Harry and Meghan to come out and show people, not really show, but just doing good work. The counterbalance of the royal family is not what the royal family wants to see come out of Harry and Meghan, because they are positive. They make Harry and Meghan look good, but the royal family still haven't learned from experience pattern of things. They keep on banging their head and expecting different results. There was something, and here they said something, Camilla. Camilla doesn't fit in that, okay? She got what she wanted. She's fine where she's at. She doesn't have to work. She doesn't have to do anything. She's living the lifestyle. Some of the places that she goes with, she went with Charles, is just because she had to, because she's the spouse. Other than that, I don't think she give a shit. Okay, she played her game very well to reach that level where she doesn't have to work hard to have a roof over her head. She's fine where she's at. She doesn't care about anything. You see her, Melania Trump, at one point she wore something like she doesn't care about you or something like that. Same thing. Okay, they already told you who they are. Right, exactly. It's proof that His Majesty the, what is it, TLQ, Queen Elizabeth. What's L stand for? Her Majesty the LQ Elizabeth was the workhorse propping up the monarchy, and Harry was the workhorse and scapegoat for work-shy and part-time working royal William and Kate. Oh, look, Bill and Kathy's bats have descended upon your tweet. I know the bats are entertaining. I black and move on. Okay, I don't see them, so which means I've already blacked them. All right, next tweet. The last one was a ad, so I just move on. All right, next tweet. Megan Sussex, thumbs up. Let me pause it. Okay, Megan Sussex, thumbs up. Kate Middleton, thumbs down. It's not that the biracial Megan was bad at her job when she was a working boy. She was too good at it, really too good, and that is where the jealousy started. She came, saw, and acted. She then used pregnancy or having a child as excuses. All right, they sent her overseas while she was pregnant. Even, what is it? She had baby shower in New York, and right from there, they sent her to Morocco. Unbelievable. All right, and she then said no, she went alone. All right.
Someone who is nearly 8 months pregnant, there's been a lot of flying this week for the Duchess of Sussex. Meghan and Harry arrived in Morocco tonight on a commercial flight from London, which delivered them to Casablanca more than an hour later than scheduled. Earlier this week, Meghan was in New York with friends at her baby shower. But for the next 3 days, it's back to official engagements rather than private ones on a royal visit, which has been put together at the last minute.
How was your flight?
The official welcome from the Crown Prince still went ahead.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Very pleased to meet you.
That's very kind. Nice to meet you as well.
Please.
Thank you.
Thank you for waiting for us. You're welcome.
The Foreign Office is using the Sussexes to strengthen ties with Morocco. It's the most stable country in a region of instability. So by sending Harry and Meghan, Britain has dispatched its most powerful diplomatic weapon from its royal armoury.
And she then take years like the white woman who until this day hasn't accomplished anything as a working royal. She did the job better than they did. And the 18 months that Meghan was a working royal, she did more than Kate, who at that time had been part of the royal family for more than a decade. By the way, years later, the Royal Foundation is still receiving money from the cookbook. Alright, so let's listen. 1 minute and 35 seconds, screenshot. Let's hope there's no music so you could hear what they have to say freely. Because if there's music, I have to counterbalance it so YouTube don't flag it. Don't flag the video.
I've just been here for 3 months, right? And in that amount of time, but with that said, for me, it's very important to, once you hit the ground running, even if you're doing it quietly behind the scenes, which is what I've focused my energy on thus far, is meeting with the right people, meeting with the right organizations behind the scenes quietly, learning as much as I can so that I can maximize the opportunity we have here to really make an impact. I think what's interesting is I hear a lot of people saying when speaking about girls' empowerment, finding and knowing their worth, or women's empowerment as well, you'll often hear people say, well, you're helping women find their voices. And I fundamentally disagree with that because women don't need to find a voice. They have a voice, they need to feel empowered to use it, and people need to be encouraged to listen. And I think right now in the climate...
Every time I hear this part, I always feel like this is where everything started. Or at least raise their radar. Because when she's talking about women have a voice, this is where they were like, we got a problem. Okay, I always feel this is where it started. Let's continue.
That we're seeing with so many campaigns, I mean, with Me Too and Time's Up, there is no better time than to really continue to shine a light on women feeling empowered and people really helping to support them, men included in that. I mean, it makes such a tremendous difference. So, I guess we wait a couple months and then we can hit the ground running. But up until then, I'm pretty excited.
Did you hear William's voice in the background grunting his thought? It's like, that's not gonna happen. Okay.
Working with sort of Harry with with knife crime, running with a lot with homelessness, and for me with sort of addiction and things. And I just think being able to sort of come together to find some sort of common ground. And be able to sort of draw ideas together and find a way forward, I think was really, really exciting.
You know, some of those initiatives that William and Kate are raising, they are good initiatives, but they're not following through. They're just doing talking points. All right, it's like, here to the public, here's some bullshit, here, take it and leave me alone. But they don't follow through. I see David Foster is trending. All right, let's see here. Thank you, Sussex Squad. Those voyeur rats constantly talk about how they were so accepting and welcoming toward Meghan when she arrived. That may or may not be true, but as soon as she proved she was authentically better at the job and folks love her, all bets were off. Exactly, 100%. Okay, I 100% agree. Kate was always jealous of Meghan Sussex and continue to be. Meghan is brains with beauty and Kate is just there wasting space. Oh my god. At some point she did look good. I don't know what she has done lately. And then that jealousy of things, it really messes them up, especially Kate, because I think if she had gone to Meghan, talk about certain things, Meghan would have found a way to adjust for her. Not put herself lower, but adjust whatever project they're working on. She would have adjusted in a way to include her. But they went diabolical with her, so they left and, well, they kicked them out. And now they're dealing with the consequences. Alright, did I read that? Yes. Yeah, and let's not forget she was never paid like the rest of them. When they did their engagement, she did over 75. Not one shred of clothes were provided for her. She used her own clothes and some that were provided by her friends. Yeah, that came up when she back then, because the royal right were saying stuff about the royal families giving them clothes or whatever. I mean, the squad, this is why her Trojan horses came along with her. That's the Sussex squad who've been following her since Tig. And they were aware, they point out some of the clothes that Meghan wore. They're like, she wore this way before Harry at this event, and they have pictures and everything. I'm telling you, the squad or something. This is why this is coming up. Okay, this comment came up. Because back then, the royal rights were complaining. I don't know if it was complaining. Whatever. The nonsense that they create. As if giving the royal family credit for the clothes Meghan was wearing. And the squad were like, not on my watch. This is her clothes. This is this picture. She was in this event. She was doing this. This is that. I'm telling you. The squad or something. There's one comment under it. Let's see. Paid, there's a laugh here. The working royals do not get paid, not a local, I guess. Well, what she's talking about, especially in Harry's book, Spare, when it's time to talk about how they will be funded, all of a sudden Charles was saying that for Meghan to go back to acting. Harry talked about that. And Harry thought, okay, that give and take where they do the footwork for them, whatever the royal family wanted to be done, they'll do it for them, and then the palace, the monarchy, the system will house them, feed them, and do all of that. This was the give and take. And then all of a sudden the rule changed for Harry and Meghan. For Harry, once Meghan came along.
Driving us out into the fields, asked about Meg. Not with great interest, just casually. Still, he didn't always ask, so I was pleased. She's good, thanks. Does she want to carry on working? Say again. Does she want to keep on acting? Oh, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't think so. I expect she'll want to be with me, doing the job, which would rule out Suits, since they film in Toronto. I see. Well, darling boy, you know there's not enough money to go around. I stared. What was he banging on about? He explained, or tried to. I can't pay for anyone else. I'm already having to pay for your brother and Catherine. I flinched. Something about his use of the name Catherine. I remembered the time he and Camilla wanted Kate to change the spelling of her name because there were already 2 royal ciphers with a C and a crown above. Charles and Camilla? It would be too confusing to have another. Make it Catherine with a K, they suggested. I wondered now what came of that suggestion. I turned to Willie, gave him a look that said, "You listening to this?" His face was blank. Pa didn't financially support Willie and me and our families out of any largesse. That was his job. That was the whole deal. We agreed to serve the monarch, go wherever we were sent, do whatever we were told, surrender our autonomy, keep our hands and feet inside the gilded cage at all times, and in exchange the keepers of the cage agreed to feed and clothe us. Was Pa, with all his millions from the hugely lucrative Duchy of Cornwall, trying to say that our captivity was starting to cost him a bit too much? Besides which, how much could it possibly cost to house and feed Meg? I wanted to say, she doesn't eat much, you know, and I'll ask her to make her own clothes, if you like. It was suddenly clear to me that this wasn't about money. Pa might have dreaded the rising cost of maintaining us, but what he really couldn't stomach was someone new dominating the monarchy, grabbing the limelight. Someone shiny and new coming in and overshadowing him, and Camilla. He'd lived through that before and had no interest in living through it again.
And now there's Meghan doing her own thing. They can't stand it. I mean, these people are crazy. Alright, the saddest part is that Kate still comes across the same way, prepared for the cameras, but so unprepared for the conversation. The contrast is still striking. This is where it all began. Yep, that's what I think. This is where it all began. Kitty and Willie realized that Meghan is intelligent, capable, and have her own voice, and will never just take their shitty racist attitude F up the racist archaic institution. Yep, this is why I've been saying it for the longest. I even discredit Harry when Harry was saying about the trip, the Oceania, and I was like, nope, sorry Harry, you were in there, I understand that, but from the outside, this is where it started. The moment she said women have a voice, this is it. Alright, let me respond to that. Okay, so I'm responding to this guy here, and this is what I said. Yep, I've been discredited. I'm running out of character, so I have to remove some stuff. Okay, I've even discredited Harry when, in my opinion, said it was during the Oceania. Okay, maybe I could reword it differently. All right, let's see here. Yep, I've even discredited Harry. Harry thought it was during the Oceania. I was like, nope, it is there on that stage it started. The second Meghan said women have a voice and men needs to encourage them to use it. That's where it started. I don't have any more. You can hear William grunted his voice like a discomfort sound. It at least raised the royal family's radar. Or maybe I could put that. Okay, the royal family's radar. Alright, so let's go back. This person believed the same way that I believe. Yes, and within their ilk, not one could touch her and never will. She was too good for them. Okay, what is the second woman saying? Bullocks. Alright, let's go to the next tweet. Alright, so this is Martyn. TikTok video. Alright, let's pause. There's no caption here, but let's see here. Proper journalists are desperate to tell the truth. Monday's hot take, Prince William's biggest problem isn't Harry, it's what happens when the press stops protecting the image. Okay, 1 minute and 22 seconds, no comment. So let's listen to Martyn.
Morning friends, happy Wednesday, how the heck you doing? The debate rolls on about William and his ferocious, angry temper, and there's been numerous articles like this one above published while the royals are away on their extended summer holiday as usual. I mean, they must be exhausted from all the work they do, right? Monday's hot take, Prince William's biggest problem isn't Harry. Agreed, he's got much bigger problems than that. It's what happens when the press stops protecting his image. And we know that even the Royal Rota have been caught on hot mic saying, I can't wait until we're free to tell the truth about William. We all know there's super injunctions left, right and centre. And we all know the Royal Rota, those journalists that are effectively an unpaid PR machine for the royal family, are absolutely desperate to tell the truth. But they can't. Their editors want the money, and their editors want to be in the pocket of the non-working taxpayer-funded royal family to try and get these exclusives first. That will change, my friends, when editors realise that the money is not in these people because other people don't care about what they do, and that's true, their popularity is declining, the truth will seep out. My opinion is not important, yours is.
Yep, so that's that. There's no comment. Martyn always have a good perspective of things. Alright, next tweet. If you are on TikTok, I don't know if he has a YouTube channel, go check him out. Alright, I haven't come across Erica's TikTok videos lately. This is one here. This has been a trifecta indeed. The UK media tabloid have no qualms over constantly having their BS lies debunked. Quote, I'm supposed to believe a bunch of there's the B word on the internet over the people who are actually saying out of their mouth there's no issue. Alright, so let's listen.
Shout out to Feminegra. I love this blog, by the way. Look, y'all know y'all got one business day to spread lies and then it gets shut down, right? You do know this isn't 2020 anymore, right?
Okay, this is their problem. This is the problem that they have. Before social media, they could get away with the lies. I've talked about this before. Okay, back in the days, Princess Diana's time. Okay, if you want to respond, let's say, to probably a newspaper, you have to take the time and write the letter, mail it, and by the time they receive it, whether or not they receive it, they're not gonna let you know. If it's something positive, maybe they'll share it with the rest of the world. But other than that, they could just throw it in the garbage, or they never receive it, or whatever. But with social media, the moment they open their mouth, the thing could be debunked. That's their problem. This is why they cannot move forward, because their lies keeps on being debunked globally. So let's continue. Let's start all over. Only 16 seconds in.
Shout out to Feminagra. I love this blog, by the way. Look, y'all know y'all got one business day to spread lies and then get shut down, right? You do know this isn't 2020 anymore, right? You just can't do this type of thing anymore. But let me clarify something about David Foster coming forward. And I'm only clarifying this because I know exactly why he's doing what he's doing, even though he didn't have to, because the rest of us with eyes understood, I guess, the infamous video, that it was just for people trying to line up to take a picture. Have you all taken group pictures before? They can be kind of awkward because where am I standing? Who am I standing next to? Well, what do you want my hand? It's just the placement is weird.
Okay, you will have to see the video. I saw the video where they were placing each other. All right, you will have to see the video. I probably shared it in one of my videos, but unfortunately with screenshot and whatnot, I probably disrupt the movement, but I saw the video.
And then once you figure it out in lockstep, everybody smiles. That's how it works. And you guys took this little split second in time to make a false narrative out of it. When are you guys going to get tired? The answer is never. Because some of you monetize off of this, right? Your rent, the food on your table, your past due bills are dependent on these lies. Couldn't be me, baby. But let's get back to the matter at hand. This has been a trifecta. This has been Poe from MasterChef. This has been the host at the infamous dinner. Now it's David Foster. All clearing up tabloid speculation and bullshit. And here's the crazy part about it. I'll use Poe and David Foster as an example because they strictly, and I mean strictly, have been telling people there's no issue. Love them down. It was fantastic being around them. And of course, in the case of Poe, this was more professional and she had nothing but glowing things to say about Meghan. And when it comes to David Foster, as you guys know, or at least that's how the media paints it, that's like Harry's second father. I wish he was his real father, to be honest with you. But that's the relationship everyone has. And we all know that Catherine McPhee and Meghan were schoolmates. So
They went way back.
I'm supposed to believe a bunch of deranged bitches on the internet over the people who are actually saying out of their mouths that there's no issue? I'm sorry, guys. I'm not that clinically insane. I'm not, and I will never be. Sorry. Once something is cleared up, you are supposed to move the fuck on, not sit there and call the people liars.
I'm pretty sure all of them, especially David Foster, he's trending right now. He probably, when he reads that thing, if he even reads it, shaking his damn head. Okay, not that David Foster doesn't make a name of it of his own. He's been in the business quite some time. Okay, but the cause, because I did look on his charity, what he does, why that gala was for. It's because he donate money for people, kids who don't have money for, I think, transfer severe, organs or whatever. Okay, I did look it up in one of my videos. I'm pretty sure he is more than happy to have Harry and Meghan there. Not because he can't hold of his own, but to bring it globally. Look at, I'm talking about it. I will not be talking about it if Harry and Meghan then go to the gala and then it popped up on my timeline, okay? So it's to give more publicity. I'm pretty sure David Foster, along with his wife, were more than happy that they were able to show up. Okay? And these are the things Harry and Meghan stands for. And I even compare it, the gala for David Foster gala, I even compare it with Well Child. I'm pretty sure Harry is all in. But why? Why don't they, when they do, know their lies will be debunked? You think they care? They don't care. Is it because they've made the money from themselves so they feel it's worth it? Can't understand their thinking. They have no shame, that's all. Let me pause it. Okay, all they care about is getting clicks for profit. They don't even care if they call out for lies, embellish stories, or being bullied. It's a sad state of reporting. All they care about is revenue, not actually human behavior. 100% bullseye. Right on, Carmela. Okay, the thing is that if there were precaution, if the government were monitoring, punishing people for lies and all of that, things would have been fine. This is the lawless type of things we're dealing in right now. It's very sad. There's no punishment. If there was punishment by the government, by the system, that when these tabloid or individuals doing their nonsense, there was punishment, they will not be doing it. So there's no punishment for them, so they continue.
You did say in your book, you said, I began to think at some point that Murdoch was evil. You've had very strong words about Rupert Murdoch and what you think he did in this phone hacking scandal. What is the goal of this lawsuit, which has been ongoing now for a very, very long time?
The goal is accountability.
And they have no shame too. All right, next tweet. I realized that I have been focusing on defending the vitriol the rags et al. Placed daily on Harry and Meghan. I'm sick of it all, as it's the same crap daily. I now remind myself of the love that Harry and Meghan have for each other and the joy I felt on their wedding day. No matter what negativity based on lies the haters support, my support for them continues to grow. All right, beautifully put. I agree with you 100%. Thank you. And I'm glad you feel the same way. The hate is magnified. I don't even follow them, so it doesn't hold much space in my mind. When the squad are discussing it, due to my channel to let people know what is being discussed, I bring it to you. But other than that, I don't follow these the Rangers, the Royal Vats, none of them, including the royal family. The hate is magnified because Meghan's fans spread it. Could be to a certain extent. I'd rather see all pictures of them every day than read what the trolls write. I also see Sussex squad attack trolls for slagging Meghan's look, yet they will zoom in on KKK, do the same. Yeah, sometime when I'm reading stuff about Kate, I was like, it never encouraged. I never have that urge to talk about it. I usually just move on. That's a difficult one. I agree with some of what you said, but it's difficult not to react to trolls when you feel passionately about the crap that they write. I say each to their own, and if that's how they want to respond, I don't think we should be telling them what to do. Alright, so that's that. Next tweet. This is what's good with the squad. Each of the squad have their own strengths and weaknesses. They deal with the derangers the way they feel. Alright, next tweet. Nobody. Absolutely no one. A royal commentator. Had Harry married Chelsea, he could have left the UK and built a peaceful life with her and their children wherever they wanted, away from royal constraint. They've had their own happily ever after. What a shame. That's what the royal rats would have said if Harry had married his ex. Royal commentators are still referring to Chelsea as Harry's ex 15 years later. Girl was another blank canvas for the media and the making. The way she was a blank canvas. So Pa will not have taken away Fragmore, security and allowance to live wherever. Alright, translation. We wouldn't have harassed Chelsea because she will have kept the royal line white. Alright, or we would have harassed her less. Harassing and bullying is in their DNA. It will never not be funny to me that the same royal commentators who made Chelsea's life miserable while dating Prince Harry now claim her life would have been idyllic with Prince Harry. They absolutely hated that girl back then and would have hated her more had they worked out. These people, they build on hate, okay? If there's no hate, they're not satisfied. Okay, I'm sort of done with the royal family. I'm more into a little bit of politics and whatnot. So this might be a different video. Alright, so let me pause. Please, that will be the next tweet, okay? on my next video. So please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. All right, so that's it. Thank you for watching.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.